Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Hakeem broadcasting live from my channel, Hakeem Ajibos' channel. Today I want to dissipate a message to all of my African people all over Africa: Tanzania, Nigeria, Morocco, Ghana, Djibouti, Seychelles, all of the African countries. There has been something going on around the world now, and it's been something that is interesting, I want to say, and I like it. And what is that thing? A lot of people, especially blacks all over the world, they are traveling back to Africa. They I don't want to say migration, because the population of people doing that right now is really minute, but it's happening. Okay, it's happening. People are traveling back to Africa. Some are staying there permanently. Some are just, there temporarily for maybe business or trying to experience the motherland, even though some of them or some of us don't know exactly where in Africa they emanated from. But nevertheless, here's the message. All of African men, women that are permanently in Africa, I need you guys to embrace all the blacks that are returning to your country. I need your help. You need to embrace them. You need to accept them. You need to treat them well. Okay? And the reason for that is this. Most of them have never been to Africa before. They're going back there for the first time, and they don't know much about the country or even the state. Some of them don't know that Africa is splitted up into countries and states and local governments. Okay, some think that Africa is just one big state or country. It should be that, Africa should be one Africa, all right, but it's not so right now due to all of these things that had happened in the 1600s, 1500s, 1700s. You know what I'm talking about. So, but nevertheless, African men, African women, African young people, the youth, the old, I need you, please accept and help black people that are returning from all over the world to Africa. I love what's happening in Ghana. Ghana is awesome in that aspect already. I think I heard about Tanzania doing it. In general, I think all of the African countries, they have some type of program or maybe law that accepts black people, back into their country. But I just want to, because for instance, if somebody from, let's say, London decided to move back to, let's say, a country like maybe Kenya, okay, it's gonna be stressful for them, whether they're a woman or whether they're a man or whether they're business oriented or not. It's gonna be stressful for them. And don't expect them to automatically adjust to the lifestyle in your country, because think about it. Anybody that has never been to a place before and doing so for the first time, it's gonna be stressful. They're not gonna know anything. Also, I want the blacks returning to Africa to do some research, okay, deep, truthful, honest research of the African country you're about to go to, okay, because unfortunately, as it is right now, not all of the African countries have organization like you have it in, like, let's say Switzerland, for instance, or let's say what's this another, Canada, for instance, or let's say London first, or let's say America. You know, there are organizations, right? When I mean organizations, I'm talking about things are organized, right? You can trust the police to some extent. You could trust the citizens to some extent. You could, if you have problem with your visa or something, you know the office to go to. Now, these offices are also available in Africa also, but you and I know how it is in most of the African countries. There's corruption, bribery, all that kind of stuff, and that might be something new to somebody that's coming back to Africa. Okay, so please, 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 and please, all my African people, accept the blacks that are returning to your country. Accept them cold-heartedly. Okay, accept them honestly. Don't try to dupe them. Don't try to rob them. Don't try to treat them like they are not one of you. Don't try to belittle them, okay? And don't try to exalt them either, all right? Just be normal, you know, just human value, all right, with them. Because believe it or not, whether you know it or not, most blacks all over the world, outside of Africa, most of them have went through tough times, all right? It's not anybody's, it's not well, let me retrieve that. It's not their fault, and it's not the fault of the guys in Africa to some extent. I know somebody might come for me with this, might be like, oh, didn't they, you know what I'm trying to say, but I'm not gonna say it here. So let's be positive, okay? Let's be positive. Blacks all over the world moving back to Africa is a good thing, because you also know it, that everybody say it all over the world, that Africa built the world, but Africa and Africans are not respected anywhere in the world. Okay, not all of the Africans around the world, not all of them are not respected. Okay, if you want to like go into the the details, some Africans are really respected around the world, but majority are not. Especially if you take into consideration specific countries, all right? Specific countries have specific treatment to African people or black people around the world. For instance, like in London, a black person in London have a different experience from a black person in France, for instance. And then a black person in France has a different experience from a black person in Canada. A black person in Canada have a different experience, from another black person that lives in America all their lives, and so on and so forth. All right. So these are really, really large and extended area of experiences. So when these people are coming back to Africa, in the light of maybe making Africa united, or maybe making Africa one, or something like that, please, African people, please accept your fellow black men and women and youth and old and maybe families from all over the world. Okay, accept them, treat them with dignity and respect. Do what you would like to be done unto to them. Okay, help them settle down, help them understand the new area they just arrived into. Help them. All right, do not despise them, do not Do not neglect them. Do not try to rip them off of their money. Do not try to deceive them. Okay, please, 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 and please, this is my talk to you all. Hey, if you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Subscribe button is somewhere below there. Hit that subscribe button and let's get the conversation going. And if you have a comment, if you have a African travel experience that you would like to share, please, by all means, comment in the comment section. Let me know. If you have a question about a part of Africa, I was born in Nigeria, so my area of experience, area of knowledge is mostly Nigeria. If you want to know about other country in Africa, you can ask me. I know other people from other parts of Africa that I can talk to and that I trust, because that's important too. You can't just talk to anybody, you know. It's that one thing that I really want to see. I really want to see African people be honest to each other. I really want to see African people treat each other as one, as brothers, as family, genuinely, because it really bothers me that majority of African people all over the world are not respected. Okay, for instance, if something happened to a black person in Canada and somehow it made it to the international news, not really much is gonna be done, because there's no African country that's gonna say, oh, that's my citizen, I need to go, you know, bail them out or help them out, or I need to go do something, you know. And this is something that will maybe happen later in the future, but right now, because there's over millions, if not billions, of Africans around the world that are thinking and even trying to go back to Africa and, you know, maybe permanently settle down there, or maybe do business there, or maybe just to go on vacation there. So please, 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 and please, my African brothers and sisters, do what is right. Okay, do what is right and do what is just. That's my piece. See you in the next video. Bad mind like no stress, no energy. We outside, yeah, no fugazi, yeah. You live at me life, or live at down. I know I got the last time I lead out. Baba ginger me make I no suffer, I'ma be a winner, Kenny, gone, kill a fast up. She bet me love my team, I fed you. But I party my fast up. Kishama jaye ki ma flenjo. Jaelo, me a sapa no compatible. Wishing I'm a carry ho. Me I got God I no stand alone. See my vibe it to make you trouble it. As I did do me I no fish alaye. Ogade, mama be my body. Nothing where you feel the way fish I get many things, yeah, where they bother me, yeah, where they bother me. Bad mind like no stress, no energy. We outside, yeah, no fugazi, yeah. You live at me life, or live at down. I know I got the last time I lead out. Baba ginger me make I no suffer, I'ma be a winner, no compatible. Wishing I'm a carry ho. Me I got God I no stand alone. Live me life, or live at down. I know I got the last time I lead out. Baba ginger me make I no suffer,